Nero walks nervously through the streets, fiddling with the money in his pocket. Oh, I can't believe he sent me by myself. We've always gone together. Nero follows the path by memory until he reaches the market. He weaves through the people, stopping at the stand of the traveling merchant Seraph had asked him to look for. The merchant is well tanned and small. He's covered by a thick, travel-worn jacket. "Come, come, behold the splendor of my artifacts and relics! You will find nothing better across all of Majirin and the world. I have traveled from the Giramanish archipelago to the black ocean of Tyrona. I have been so close to the tenebrous miasma that a part of me was lost forever. I labored through many perils to bring you these fine items, and through my travels I've never seen their equal," the merchant yells to the crowd. He points to a board where fancy amulets of gold and precious stones hang. "These come from the land of the Werin, in Holentor. I gathered them from a Werin master, Absensin, directly. It pains me to part with them, but for you, my friends, I will endure the suffering." Nero squeezes around the shoppers until he manages to reach the display of artifacts. He shifts his perspective and looks at the items. He's first drawn to the display of hanging amulets. They all give off a weak radiance of light. Nero frowns. Of all the pieces, only a talisman attracts Nero's attention. It's still hardly comparable to Seraph's. Nero picks up the talisman, inspecting it further. The merchant spins on Nero. "Young man, that is a fine piece you're looking at." The merchant snatches it from Nero's hands. "Unfortunately, it is too fine a piece for you to touch, unless you have 150 in Terran." That doesn't seem so nice. Nero continues to look around. I hope Seraph doesn't get mad at me if I don't bring anything back. At the far end of the stand, he sees a large, gnarled piece of wood covered in dried moss. It's a display for red, glowing artifacts. He squirms through the people and looks. The red aether flows into the wood, and, just before it fades away, he sees a slight tinge of violet, similar to the fruit he found back in Fear and Forest. Nero grabs the merchant's attention. "How much for this wood?" "Oh, that's just for displaying my goods." "Is it for sale?" Nero asks. "How much you got?" Nero pulls out money from his pocket. "I have 200 antaran." The merchant plucks it from his hands and counts it. "Well, it's not much, especially for a piece that has been with me for as long as I can remember, but since you seem to be partial to it, I'll give you a discount. Deal?" Yeah. Thanks." The merchant clears the display. Nero bear hugs the log off the table and waddles back to Seraph's shop as quickly as he can. "Stop!" Seraph says, just as Nero takes his first step into the shop. "Think carefully before you bring that dirty thing into my shop." Nero freezes and looks at Seraph. "But this is what I bought." "I didn't think you had much of a sense of humor, but you got me." "No, I'm serious. This is the only thing I saw of value at the stand. Well, I think it has value." "I didn't know we were into collecting firewood. Did you find a particular likeness to yourself that captured your attention?" Seraph walks up to him, eyeing the wood suspiciously. "And how much did you decide to spend on this?" "The merchant took everything." Seraph nearly chokes. "You spent all of the money on this? I was a little worried, but I didn't imagine you'd blow it this badly." Seraph's face turned serious. "What exactly drove you to buy this?" I don't know. The aether reminds me of the aether from that catchy fruit. I figured it might be worth it." Nero looks down. "I thought that stuff was expensive. I'm sorry." Seraph's eyebrows come together. "Katashnen!" "Yeah, that's it." "What? Where did you see Katashnen fruit?" "By a tree in Fear and Forest." "Sosimo didn't munch on anything of the sort." "Yeah, I didn't really tell him." "Why not?"